Hey everybody, how are you? John from Dowie Farm here. Just giving you an update on our, I guess, our weird disaster preparedness or unpreparedness or whatever you want to call it. Right now, I guess I'm referring to this as adapt and overcome. And that's going to be the theme of this video. Real quick video update on what we've been doing. But yeah, so we're pushing hard our sales for private delivery, home delivery. And I think we've pushed with eggs and syrup and honey and mustards and greens. We've pushed to about 400 a week, and I'd say about half of that is greens, which is a higher profit margin for us, obviously. But you know, right now we'll take whatever we can get because we're already feeding the ducks, so the eggs are money. We're already paid for our syrup and our resale stuff, so the money coming in is great because that stuff's already paid for. So I'll take what I can get at this point, right? But here's what we're really doing. This is my adapt and overcome plan. Come with me and I'll show you what's going on. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got our chloroplast cut with holes, 2-inch holes to be exact. I got 2 done. I need 2 more to go. And I have this entire empty rack right here. There's another piece, the big piece of chloroplast. I have this entire empty rack here. From, you know, reducing microgreens, and this junky rack of mine that I was actually going to eliminate, I think is probably spaced just right for actual full-size greens. So our 2x8 trays fit this chloroplast perfect if we split it in half. See, it kind of rests on this lip here, so that's good stuff. I have to kind of push it down in. I am going to also get some, I have some 4-inch PVC pipe sitting at home. I'm going to bring a saw here and some of that PVC, and I'm just going to build probably like 3-ish risers underneath so that I have some support up the center when this starts to get heavier. And you know, maybe I'll go overkill and cut some extras for each row, but I don't want to use them if I don't have to. So what's going to happen is this microgreens flood table that we've been using to water microgreens is just going to turn into a salad production machine. I've got 48 slots there. What I've got here, while I wait for my hydroponic nutrient to arrive that I'm going to use, is I've got some rapid rooter starter plugs, and I planted arugula. And I've already got some germination on that little piece right there, as you can tell. I've got a little teeny tiny little bit of root germination. I threw probably 6 to 8 seeds down inside each little hole. Probably a little more than you'd want to theoretically, but I think it's gonna come up in a nice cluster. I'm not really worried about that, whatever. And I've got them in this dome, germinating. So I've got about 12 different kinds of salad coming from Johnny's. So I'm gonna try to start some salad heads, and the idea here is to germinate in this container in a 10-20 flat. I sprayed that well, and I used some root conditioner that I had kicking around. Get them germinated here to where they're, you know, peaking up about 1/4 inch or so, and then pop them into those and let them go. I mean, I could even technically take those, because they could put them in a slotted 10-20, keep them dense like this, and have a starter shelf somewhere. It doesn't even have to be one of these shelves. I could just pop it over to any one of these other shelves over here, and I could start my greens there. I have tall shelves on the bottoms and the tops of each one of my trays. And even if I ever got to the point where maybe one of these middle ones ends up being empty, I could run plants in one of these that aren't quite as tall. So obviously we're not selling as many microgreens as we have been. And I have a whole flat of nice red vein sorrel here that's not going to go anywhere because, you know, no one's going to buy that right now. I could take that home. I have some flats I took home. I'm going to throw those in the greenhouse at home in the flood tables, see if I can limp them through into a full-size media or full-size green, or even keep them alive, plant them in ground, and harvest full-size greens all summer, try to make up for some of the loss. But anyway, that's part of our adapt and overcome. I've got some green or some red sorrel growing up here too that's starting out, and I'm really kind of hoping to carry that one through the problem. If we only have 3 to 4 more weeks, I might be able to sell that crop as soon as we come out. Oops, sorry. As soon as we come out at about 10 bucks an ounce. So that's good stuff. My basil here for planted 229. This is already a month old. Most likely this isn't going to make it because it's going to get too big and too weird. So we're just kind of holding it for now because we can. I have been having some growing issues here, of course, right? So, I know, right? What a great time to have some growing issues. Mostly what I'm planting is arugula, salad blend, sunflower, and peas. And of course, suddenly, my sunflower and my peas don't want to develop. So, or they're developing, but they're getting mold on them. And that's very frustrating right now because we need everything we can get to sell. And if I'm not going to get productive growth, you know, I don't know, man. Like, that's really going to hurt right now. It's not like I have a bunch of other sales to make up for it. But over here I have my sunflower, and what I got was some surface mold in germination. You can kind of see it there. It's a weird thing though, because it's not affecting the actual crop. So I really don't know what's going on. It's almost like it's just on the seed hulls. So my thoughts were it's on the seed hulls, right? But I sanitized when I soaked last time, and I got the exact same results. So, you know, I'm once again thinking it's maybe in the room. So I pulled my ceiling tiles out in some spots, and I looked up there and there's nothing going on. I went out back in that hallway, like I showed you in the other video. I don't know if I put that up yet. And I didn't have anything going there. I looked in the rooms next door, nothing going there. What I did do was I set my UV purification light up and some of the other drop ceilings up next to us. And hopefully that works. Now, it could also be a crop kicking out some funkiness. We had a green sorrel we cut. I think she cut it all. I went through and hand inspected all of my crops the other day to make sure anything funky going on. Yeah, see here? So this is the only other thing I'm getting a real weird situation from is my green sorrel. And I did just get new green sorrel seeds, so that's interesting. Yeah, so if you pull back, see the rot down in there? See that rot? I don't know if you can see it. There's a lot. So this needs to go, frankly, and I'm gonna throw that out today. But that could be my culprit. You never know. So I'm gonna eliminate this green sorrel. I've looked in all the ceilings. I just haven't ripped the wall apart yet, but I will. I've gone through all my basils. I threw away maybe 2 or 3 flats that had some mold kicking out. Everything else is good, except for that green sorrel that I'm gonna toss today and feed it to the ducks tomorrow. Those are my, oh yeah, I've got some basil up there. Sorry. That's my only thoughts. Otherwise, I just don't know. Short of paying someone a lot of money to clean my air ducts. But, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lose that green sorrel right there, and then I'll try to plant some sunflower here a couple days later. One thing I did do, just to bridge the gap here right now, because I'm concerned about not having crops, obviously, is I took home 3 pounds, I think, of sunflower seeds. And this is a sunflower seed we haven't been having problems with, by the way, until recently. So that's the other reason I didn't really think it was a seed. But I took home 3 pounds of that, soaked it with no sanitizing whatsoever, because I really want to narrow this down as much as I can. We'll start there, right, with our experiment. Soaked the sunflower, 6-hour soak, planted it on a new bag of soil from a different pallet from the feed store, you know, at home in my home office, basically. And I planted on top of that some daikon radish. So, and then I weighted it with trays with water bottles in it. So we'll see. Maybe I'll take a shot of that when I get back to there and throw that into this video. Probably be a good thing for you to see, and we can follow the progress of that. But anyway, I gotta be able to grow sunflower, man, because that's like all I'm selling right now. So if I can't grow it, it's like a killer. The next thing I'm gonna do, if that germinates well at home, I'll probably just bring it here to grow it out. Because it doesn't seem to have a problem growing out once it's here. It's just the germination stage. It's real funky. I've never really seen anything like it where the mold forms, doesn't really kill the crop, and it's just there. It's killing a little bit of the crop, but the crop is still coming through it, which it's just really strange. So I don't know what it could possibly be. The temperatures in here are constant. The humidity in here is fine. The airflow is great. It's none of those, you know. It's not dirty trays. It's not dirty planting table or anything like that. It's not the water, because it's before the water is introduced. And I don't think it's the seeds, because I wasn't having problems with that. I don't really think it's the soil, because I'm not having any problem with any other crops. So I think it's maybe airborne in the room here, and I'm gonna have to figure out exactly where that's coming from. I will tear these walls apart. I'm not even joking around. I have a plan for that. I discussed it today, where we have paneling on these walls. I will take that paneling down, and I will cut a hole in whatever the hell is behind it, and I will look behind it and see what's going on. And then I have spots strategically where I can do this, and it will make sense right here next to the planting table, okay? I can totally just take that down a couple sheets, cut into the wall, check it out, and then instead of putting that up, I can put that FMP board back up like they put in a restaurant, and it'll just look like I'm trying to protect the wall from moisture, right? Beautiful thing. I could also probably get into the wall over there and see what's going on just in general. The other spot I could do it is behind the sink, obviously, with the FMP board. You know, why wouldn't I have FMP board behind that sink, right? So, you know, this is all just paneling until you get to right there. So, I mean, it'd be real easy to do it. I guess the next thing to discuss for us here in the United States is government bailouts, frankly. There seems to be a lot of that. It's out there. I haven't really dug too deep, but the one thing I do know is they made SBA loans very streamlined. So if you are a business, maybe that's something you want to look at. You could kind of come out of this ahead because they might lend you enough money to expand your business too if you know you can fill the void. I'm doing this salad thing over here. I was going to do that anyway in my basement. I definitely could use some capital to make that build out. And I already have this salad sold. At least pre-disaster here, I have the salad sold. Hopefully all that maintains. If that maintains, I have probably $300 to $400 worth of full-size to baby greens sold a week just already. So I'm not too worried about that part. And it's low overhead because it would be in the basement. I just need material to build out that room. So there's that option. And then also that money's there to sustain, obviously, and keep your business alive. So if you're a legitimate small business and you're watching this, then that's out there and it's available. They also included some, now you're not gonna get all this information from me, so it's out there though. You can find it on YouTube. I watched the video yesterday, Asian dude talking about it. I don't wanna link to it because it was very basic information. He was just gonna tell you basically what I'm gonna say right now, but it's out, there's information out there, there's some in-depth information out there, what you can get. Us self-employed folks that don't have other income, it looks like they passed some kind of an unemployment provision for us, and I mean, frankly, I am unemployed, you know, because if I paid myself a paycheck to work here, right, that would be zero right now. So the money that this business is actually making is literally just keeping these lights on and keeping this building leased and paying for some soil and some duck feed. So I'm still not getting paid, so no qualms about taking the unemployment if I can, and I need it, frankly, to, you know, exist. So that's a good thing. So temporarily, why not? If you can take advantage of it, do it. I don't want to get too deep into politics here, but they take enough of your tax money, so go ahead and get it back. That's what I got for now. I'll try to check back next week, guys. We haven't seen that number yet that I talked about in last week's video when it comes to year zero. Obviously, it looks like we're going to surge a little bit here in the numbers of people that are infected. It does look like they've maybe found some drugs and pharmaceuticals and whatnot that are helping people heal, so that's great. Just keep being smart about your health. I am still doing everything I can to stay away from everyone, so that's important. If you're running this business alone and you get sick, you're done. So, hey everybody, how are you? John from Dowey Farm coming to you, tired, worn out, and it's okay though, because I have some good news, I guess, and just this is like kind of a second update to my last video that I just did. I'm gonna edit this in. I did a video 2 days ago. I'm editing right now, and I talked about some things in there where we're adapting and overcoming, and I just want to kind of show you some of the progress in the room. So here we go. All right, hopefully that was a good shot because I'm just holding my GoPro. So here we have some progress, obvious progress, right? So my arugula starts, seedlings are up. This is my experiment to convert our grow tables for microgreens to a baby greens or a larger size salad green grow out. And I had a ladybug here a few minutes ago. I don't know where he went. But where she went, maybe, I don't know. I guess I don't know. It could be a he ladybug. But anyway, yeah, so I just stuck these in here for now. I'm not done over here yet. The reservoir is cleaned out. It's gonna get some nutrient, and then there's some new nutrient coming, and we're gonna be doing ebb and flow hydroponic baby greens, which I think will be a more popular item. I hope I'm okay in this shot. I think that'll be a more popular item with people just buying greens. So yeah, other than that, we are just still, oh, where are we? I've got a rack. This is all like basil and stuff, so we've got a lot of racks of basil some peas hiding down there that I'll never sell. Some celosia that's overgrown. That's going to go to the ducks probably. Another rack of basil, red kale, red sorrel. Really, I'm down to, I got a little bit of peas down there hanging out. So I've got 4 trays of peas. It's got to get watered. Just the one, of course, right? I've got some arugula. I've got some Mizuna mustard. Come over here, got another Mizuna. A lot of red sorrel that's ready to roll. A lot of basil that's ready to roll. And some celosia that'll go into some salad mix next week, and then we won't grow more of that until restaurants come back on, and some more arugula. I want to update you also, also real quick on my issue I was having with my sunflower molding. We resolved it because basically we just had a miscommunication in which seeds to use. We received a bad batch of seeds from one company, and they were molding right away. And sorry guys, I'm wicked tired. Can't tell. We were so, well, I communicated to her which seeds to soak on days when she comes here to harvest ahead of me so I could plant that night. And she misunderstood me, or maybe I said the wrong thing, whatever. Doesn't really matter what happened there. All we know is that the problem has been solved because I have the good seeds that are soaking, and I planted those yesterday. Pause my timer. So hopefully that solves our sunflower issue, and we'll have those to sell. Anyway, we're gonna keep swinging. We're gonna keep adapting and overcoming this problem. Thanks a lot, John from Dowie Farm.